Hello, everybody. Can I tell you something? I've always hated collaborating. Collaboration, my arse. Can I ask you a question? Has anybody ever seen a small child willingly collaborate? Anybody? No, neither have I. Children are self-serving, self-obsessed, self-contained, narcissistic, non-collaborators. But do they get what they want? Oh, yes. Do they get what they need? Oh, yes. Let's take a look at this little darling here. Do we think that she collaborated before she asked Mummy for a lollipop? No, we don't, do we? No. But do we think that she got the lollipop? Yeah, my money's on her. She has everything in her armoury at what, 2? That she needs to negotiate her way around the world. And in business, I propose today, here and now, that all of us follow this business model. I don't like it. I told you I didn't like it. I like what I did, and I want more money. Now, I think that this would save a lot of time, billions of pounds worth in the economy. Do you agree? You heard it here first, okay? Now, during World War I and World War II, the word collaboration meant something entirely different. If you were a collaborator, it meant that you were an enemy of the state. You had likely indulged in misconduct. You were undermining the security of the state. And in this picture, we see a young girl having her head shaved by members of the French resistance. And that is because she had collaborated in some way with the Germans. Now she's a young girl. We don't know why she was having her head shaved in humiliation, but maybe she was scared. Maybe she thought she was going to die. The Germans had just invaded her country. Whatever the reason, she was put onto the back of an open truck with a lot of other people who'd collaborated, driven through the streets, and she was humiliated and had things thrown at her. When I was first at work, there was a book called The Concrete Jungle. And it talked about how, even though we've left the jungle, it doesn't mean that we really have left the jungle. And that every suited guy or girl was apparent, not real. Because still today, if you don't obey the laws of the jungle, you're going to get eaten. We all put up these glass walls and we portray to the world what we want each other to see. But I challenge you, we're not like that. None of us are like that. 66 million years ago, we all crawled out of the swamp as fish. Now, today I'm looking pretty good on it, but some of you, not so much. And by that, I mean that when we go to the supermarket, I'll give you a little analogy here, we're going around with our trolleys, aren't we? And we're doing the trolley dance with people. We pretend they're not there, don't we? But then, when we see the plums that we're after, and we're going for the plums with our trolley, and somebody whips in front of us to get the plums, we want to ram them. We want to get them. And I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I'm looking back at you, and I'm thinking, you want to do me over. You know what I mean, don't you? And if you didn't want to do me over, then why, when we enter into business together, do we have to sign a great big agreement and contract with each other that our solicitors and our lawyers have drawn up? And we have to sign it smiling, saying to ourselves, yes, of course, I'd love to collaborate with you. I trust you implicitly. Fantastic. No. Now, I was asked to put a little bit of science into my talk. Now, if the girl with no tears who's really stamping her feet and knows what she wants isn't science, then I don't know what is. But this is the science bit. Research produced across more than 300 organisations shows that the distribution of collaborative work is often extremely lopsided. In most cases, 20 to 35% of value-added collaborations come from only 3 to 5% of employees. Now, I have no idea what that means, but I do think it backs up what I'm going to be saying today. And that comes from the Harvard Business Review, and they should know. Oh, who is that beautiful woman? She looks intelligent, she looks on it, and she looks to me like the kind of genius that works alone. Now, to be honest, that photo was taken in 1980, but I think you'll agree I haven't changed a bit. And I collaborated once. I was asked to go to a big, swanky London agency. They had chosen me. I got to the offices. They were white, they were glass, they were plush, they were gorgeous. I had arrived, yeah. And I walked in, and I heard a little voice on this shoulder. And it was an angel. And the angel said to me, Sam, you have arrived. This is what you have always wanted. You have always wanted to be part of a really, really big creative agency. They want you. And then I heard a little voice on this shoulder. And I think it was the voice of reason. And the voice of reason said, don't be so stupid. You're fat and ugly, and they hate you. And the angel said, no, of course they don't. No, they've asked you to come in. They want to collaborate. They want to share ideas. They think your ideas are fantastic. No, don't be like that. And the voice of reason said to me, they're going to shaft you. They're going to take the spoils. They're going to take all your ideas. Run! So by this time, my adrenaline was up. I couldn't see anything. Does anybody get that? Yeah. And me and the voice of reason decided to go down the pub. And I said to the angel, get back on the Christmas tree where you belong. And that was the end of my collaboration. I swear to God. If you are creative and you are really passionate and positive and you believe in yourself, you don't need to collaborate. You don't need anybody else to tell you that your ideas are good. Did you know that top organisations lose talent because of the tolerance of mediocrity? Now, look at this young man. He looks pretty sorted, doesn't he? He looks the kind of chap I would employ. I like his glasses, they're very on trend. He's happy. He looks confident. He's got a very nice bow tie there. He's got his little piggy bank. So he's obviously very sorted, very organised, and he's clearly earning money, isn't he? He's switched on, that little boy. Now, there is a new economy in town, and it's called the human innovation economy, and it's the fastest growing economy in the world. And they're teaching children to be entrepreneurs, and they're teaching children how to earn money and how to save time, and they're teaching children to work alone, to have the confidence not to collaborate. So, my lovely people / fish in the audience, if you collaborate, you are choosing to collaborate with the enemy. I've always hated collaborating. Collaboration, my arse. That's all I got. Thank you very much.